It's a nice hot summer day in New York City, and I'm sitting here with Robyn Hatcher, who is a speaking coach. You know, you and I have known each other for years.
Yeah, several years.
And I've referred you to several Lady Drinks members who have needed speaking coaching in the past, but you are now actually making a service offering to the entire community right now. And what is that? It's happening very, very soon.
Yes, very soon. August 9th and 10th, I'm doing a 2-day workshop, which is a way, and I'm calling it Maximize Your Speak Potential. And I'm targeting women specifically because with all of the information that's out there now, women are expected to step into more leadership positions. Women are expected to really shine and show their power with all that Time's Up and all the Me Too movement. I want women to shine and stand into the value that they bring to the world. And so I've created this 2-day workshop that is going to help women hone what their value is, know their value, be able to speak their value, and so that they can go out into the world and earn their worth.
And you really show up in the world in a very different way. And what I've always thought was interesting is that here you are, you're a speaking coach, but you actually had a very legitimate fear of speaking when you were younger.
As a child, I was so incredibly afraid of speaking to anyone who wasn't my very immediate family. It was really and crippling in a way. It was a crippling thing, so crippling that my family started referring to me specifically as shy, so that if you were to meet my family on the streets of Philadelphia when I was a child, my mother would have gladly introduced you to her 2 daughters, and she would have said, this is my daughter Donna, and this is my daughter Shy, and that would have been me.
Right.
So, but from that, I realized that it's so uncomfortable being tight and closed and not being able to express yourself. I was part of conversations, I was hearing conversations, but I was so deathly afraid of stepping up and saying anything.
Right.
And so I really am so passionate now about not having anybody have that fear, have that crippling fear of not being able to speak up or speak out or give an opinion. And I feel like so many women are so holding on to a little bit of that. You know, even though they're successful, they're doing what they need to do. But I cannot tell you how many women still come up to me behind the scenes when I'm doing a presentation, doing a workshop that says, you know, I'm still afraid of speaking up in meetings. I still get talked over by my bosses. I still feel like I need a promotion that I'm not getting. You know, it's like and I really want to stop that.
So you actually have a very good story about one client that you had worked with. And she actually was harboring something, despite all of her success. She was really harboring something that was stopping her in a critical way.
Yes, exactly. This particular client on paper was amazing. And she came to me because she said that she had a fear of public speaking and fear of just stepping out. I couldn't figure it out. So we had a couple of sessions. And finally she confessed to me on a phone call. She said, you know what, here's what the issue was. I came to this country as an undocumented alien when I was a child. And I existed with that stigma for maybe about 15 years. So she didn't get her green card until she was 18 years old when there was an amnesty thing happening. So she had to run from authorities. She had to lie to people constantly for years. In the meantime, she had a degree from a great university. She had great jobs, and that fear was still covering her. And so it came to the point where she wanted to come out. She wanted to get out of that straitjacket.
She wanted to tell her employer,
about what was going on so that she could speak and be an advocate for other undocumented aliens. But she couldn't be an advocate without coming clean. So what we did was what I did for her was actually give her a formula, a conversation, and tips of how to frame the conversation, how to talk to her boss, what questions to ask them first, how to shape the information, how to shape the communication, to reframe it so that she didn't feel like she was being bad and unworthy or because what we do is we hold on to this shame. And she was holding on to this shame. So I found a way for her to reframe the shame and how to talk about it in a reframed way so that the people could hear her story and understand where it was coming from and also support her. She had dinner with her boss. She used my formula. She was so unburdened afterwards.
Yeah.
And they took it so well because of the way that we set it up, the way that we reframed it.
And sometimes when you're on the spot that way, it's just a matter of having that toolkit in your holster, ready to pull out and be able to use when you're in a network situation, whether you're at a cocktail party. You just want to be able to have that language at your fingertips, and that's really what you arm her with.
Yeah, and that's what I armed her with, and that's what we're doing in the workshop as well. I mean, this whole second day is this content. I'm going to give you formulas. I'm going to give you scripts in a way that you can put in your own words so that you know that you're armed, exactly as you said, with a formula for networking, a formula for difficult conversations. Being able to understand, and one of the things I had to do was find out what her bosses were like so that I can tell her how to approach them in different ways, because people will take information differently.
Right.
You know, so you need to find out who your audience is and what their communication style is, marrying with what your communication style is, and then we come up with a formula to make it all gel.
All right, so we are partnering with Robyn Hatcher, who is a speaking coach, and she has a workshop coming up on August 9th and 10th at the Norwood Club, which is all the way down on 14th Street.
Between 8th and 7th.
And if people want to get more information about pricing, details, all that good stuff, they can go to
RobynHatcher.com. Robyn with a Y, R-O-B-Y-N, Hatcher.com, and you'll see a link. It's called Maximize Your Speak Potential. So click on that link and you'll get all the information you need.
All right, and you get to show up in the world in a much more powerful way. I'm Joya, this is Robyn, we're in Rockefeller Center. Have a great weekend.